Hello, 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 hello. Thank you for joining us, Ganja Goons gang in the chat. I am here with the Pando Project, and more specifically, I'm here with John and Edward from the Pando Project. And John, real quick, he is the Director of Business Development for the Philippines, and Edward is the International Business Development Director. So, really big heads from the Pando Project. And you guys know I made that promo for Pando Project. I got involved with the team. I'm like, how do I use this? How do I get the token, and how do I become a Ramatron node? So if you guys haven't seen that video, definitely check it out so you're more informed of the AMA today. Because I got so excited in showing the Pando project to my viewers that I was like, I need to do an AMA with these guys so we can get more of my audience informed about the Pando project and really the Pando token as well, right? The PTX that I want to eventually buy on L Bank. I saw the L Bank listing. Very happy for you guys, by the way. That's going to be great for the project, really, because what now I can move my Pando PTX out, put it on L Bank, and sell if I want to take profits. Right? That's now I have the full universe, the full circle to invest.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so John, you want to introduce yourself, and then I'll let Edward go.
Sure. Hi, everyone. What's up, Ganja Goons? I'm a goon myself, just to let you guys know. Big fan of Tedi. My background, just real brief. My background is in financial services. I've been a financial strategist for the past 17 years, and I also invest in real estate. And I've gotten really attracted to investing in crypto, and I did that for not even that long ago, probably just within the last year. And I just kind of fell in love with the whole industry itself, and this opportunity kind of presented itself at the same time, and I just fell in love with the project, with the utility that it offers, and so we're here to share our story on just kind of give you a glimpse of who we are, what we are all about, and how we can make a difference in terms of the technology side of things, particularly pertaining the streaming industry. So.
Awesome, Edward.
Hi everybody, my name is Edward. I'm actually from Malaysia, but I'm currently in Cambodia. So my background is into actually I think for the last 20 years I've been doing business development from Europe to South America to Asia. So I was traveling around, and recently, I mean, for the last few years, I have the chance to get into this amazing project. I'm uh, I'm actually working directly from for HQ actually for our headquarter of Pando Lab. So basically, well, we are here to hopefully we can share with you more about our basic project, and hopefully we can build the community together.
Yeah, thank you, Edward. I appreciate that. And real quick, I know everyone's gonna ask, "Hey, what is Pando Lab?" I thought this was Pando Project, So I'm gonna quickly share my screen here. Go to the website. So there are three. How would you call it? Divisions, Edward, or
Mm-hmm.
three? Yeah. So each division is focused on a different aspect of their company, right? So one, the Pando Lab, is the IT company. They design, they develop. Then we have Pando Soft, which is the relationship, the management team, right? They're keeping the
Mm-hmm.
business. They're running all throughout the country for all their partners. And then there's the Pando project itself, which is what John talked about, which is the streaming service, the platform, the blockchain, and all that good stuff. But really, why I got so intrigued on Pando project is when John first approached me and he was like, "Hey, Teddy, there is this utility project. I've looked into it. You should look." Little did I know that John was involved. I'm like, dude, why is he telling me about the Pando project? Let me go look into it. I look into it, I'm like, this reminds me of Helium Network. I was so late to Helium Network that when Pando project came to me, I'm like, dude, this is a sign. I need to do this. I need to become a node. I need to start mining PTX. So I start, because in the future, this could you're literally building a community-based network. And for those of you, we're gonna dive into it. I just want to go through the website real quick. So they're completely doxed. The entire company is completely doxed, right? So you can actually find Edward right here. You see? He's right from the website. And then John's right here, director from the Philippines. So this is awesome. Like, and not only that, right? They have multiple offices across. Like, how long does it take a company to do this? Well, they started their roadmap, right, in 2018 Q3. Since then, guys, we're now 2022. They have done so much in order to get us set up to be the next cryptocurrency, the network, everything really. So I am going to quickly share those slides that you guys have given me as a catalyst to help us go through all of this, right? So give me 1 second here. Share. Is that it? Okay. Let me go to the next slide. All right. So we'll start from here.
Okay.
Would you like to?
So basically, it's very simple. Most of us have a computer at home or in the office or everywhere. Laptop, PC, Mac, and most of us have Wi-Fi. Again, like me right now, I have my monthly subscription, all right, and most of the offices as well, or even in public places. And when we talk about computer, like every 3 years, 4 years, we have a computer. We have to buy a new computer because you'll be out of date or you need to update it.
Right.
So you only spend money buying a computer, but the computer doesn't earn any money in a way.
Right.
And when it comes to Wi-Fi, like it or not, let's say you're paying 100, example, like say $80 a month. All right. Whether you use it for an hour a day, 10 hours a day, or 24 hours a day, you still have to pay that same amount every month. So basically, we are asking you whether you want to join us, have with the existing thing in your hand, which is a laptop, a computer, and a Wi-Fi. So if you have these two, you can join the Pando project.
Right,
So
and the cool part was I looked into the requirements of what it takes for a Ramatron node, and it was like only 2 cores, 2 to 4 cores you need, a little bit of space. They prefer SSD. The requirements were so little. Like I'm like I can run this on my Intel Pentium computer I haven't turned on in like 10 years and just have it sitting there. And the cool part was I showed them yesterday during my live stream. I was
mhm.
running a Ramatron node while streaming and I had zero computer lag. The stream didn't lag, I didn't lag, and I was continuing on. So like it's crazy. All right, we'll go to the next slide here. 1 second.
Well, in fact, right now while we are talking, my Ramatron is running on my laptop as well.
Exactly. So what is a pando? Can you explain that?
Well, basically, if you Google a Pando plant, okay, you can find it's a mechanism in Utah, which is a aspen tree. But the special part of it is that all the roots are linked together over, I think, over 100 acre or something. So it's one of the largest single mechanism in the world. So by connecting with each other, everything is shared. So that is where the concept is from, Pando. So that's why we have the Pando project, PandoSoft, Pando Lab.
It
So
all makes
coming back,
sense.
yeah, and then just like PandoSoft, I mean, we link all the computer together, and instead of going like normally nowadays in the most of the software that we have, or website, or any system, we normally use a CDN server,
Right.
and it's a centralized server.
Right.
So
Wait, just real quick for the guys that don't know, CDN server is centralized. What is it? CDN
delivery
content
network,
delivery network. CDN is
content.
content delivery network. So what they do is there's edge servers all across the world that deliver these content, whether it's streaming, right? What Pando Project is doing, and it's sometimes quite expensive, especially having the servers across the board. So if you guys didn't know, when he says CDN, content delivery network, go ahead.
Awesome. So basically, instead of using that, we link all the computer together with Ramatrons and create mini servers. So I always like to use an example. All right, bear with me here. Imagine you build a bridge. All right, this amazing bridge with 5 lanes, and it stretch across one place to another. So under normal circumstances, the bridge will work really, really fine. But imagine suddenly there's 100,000 cars coming in. What will happen? A jam.
Bridge is going to
A lag.
collapse.
Yeah.
Right.
So what we are doing is instead of having that, we're going to have a million mini bridges. So when there's 100,000 cars coming in, each of them have their own bridge. So basically, this is how I explain what we are doing versus what is happening right now.
Right. Yeah,
So
because
that's what.
your Pando network is literally each Ramatron node is the bridge that you're talking about versus each content CDN, content delivery network server that just sits there. And if it gets an influx of traffic, there's two things that happen. The cloud team could say, hey, there's a lot of content coming in. This could be a DDoS attack. Shut that server down. Now you've lost, all your streaming services because you got too much volume. So this is why, guys, it's important to look at decentralization of even network level traffic. It's like, imagine we run our own internet with just Ramatron nodes. It's very well plausible. All right, let me go to the next one here. So your computer can earn you money. So you want to explain a little bit about Ramatrons?
Well, Ramatrons is actually very light. Actually there's next slide that talks about Ramatron. Okay. Yeah. So basically, we're going to have only 1 million Ramatron nodes all over the world. Okay, and right now we have about 160,000 plus Ramatron already taken out over 18 countries. So
that's a lot.
Yeah.
How did you get people? So Edward, people are going to ask, one, the Ramatron number on the website does not reflect the 160,000 that you just said. Is there a reason for that?
Okay, you see, when we start with a Ramatron, is actually a software as we've mentioned, and there's to activate the Ramatron, it takes 250 PTX to activate.
Right.
So when we first launched it, the idea is that everyone have one Ramatron, and we spread it across. And then we have circumstances where people say, can we have more than one? Because one of the feature that we're having is one of our reward system, which is we call proof of stake, where we actually give 2.5% return every week on whatever you stake. All right. So which is like 10% per month times 4, So we have our community members that say, okay, 250, I'm just getting 25 PTX is not enough. Can I get 10 Ramatron? Can I get 50 Ramatron? Can I get 100 Ramatrons? So ended up, we fine tune it in the sense that we give people options. Example, maybe John has 10 computers. So he buy 10 Ramatrons and he put one Ramatron on each computer. But for my example, I only have one laptop, but I still want to have 10 Ramatrons. So I will install one software on my laptop, but I stake a multiple of 250 times 10
on each of those computers.
On mine. So to be exact, right, I started when this was launched in 15th of November. My Ramatron has 5,000 PTX stake on one laptop.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah, and with the staking that we are doing, restaking and restaking become compounding, and right now I have a 6,000 something. I think 6,100 something. PTX.
And I think that's important, Edward, because you guys have two staking things. You have simple staking, you have compound staking, right? Compound staking, whatever you earn, you're throwing back into the staking pool. It's kind of like auto staking, right? And then simple staking, you earn it and then you have to go collect it. Is that right?
Okay, right now what we are having is a direct reward every week that you need to click withdraw, and then you go into your wallet, and then you decide what you want to do with it. Like, in fact, today itself, we're going to have our exchanger with L Bank. So let's say you earn
today. Oh, you're already in on Monday. It's not Monday here yet. We got time. We got time. I'm waiting. I'm waiting, dude. As soon as it lists on L Bank, we started PTX at 20 cents for one PTX. Yep.
Correct. Absolutely. So, in that sense, that when you have your reward, then you decide what you want to do. You can of course, we always say, please restake if you want to, because uh, you can compound your earning, and the value is going to go up, and I'll tell you why later.
Sure.
Mhm.
All
So
right, let's go. Let's go through these other slides then. How does it
so
work? We talked about that.
mhm.
So
Yeah,
Ramatron software.
yeah. So it's actually a very, very, when we say lightweight, uh, it's actually take up very small space, and it doesn't touch any of your files or data, because what it only does is that it access your access bandwidth. So, like what we are doing right now, we're using our own bandwidth, for the live shows
Right.
and all that. But when we stop using it for a while, then Rematron will kicks in, because it, it's idle.
Right.
So it will use when we are not using it.
So when you don't use the computer, Ramatron kicks in. When you are using the computer and you're using that bandwidth, Ramatron
Yeah,
only uses that unused bandwidth. So
correct.
that could be like, let's, I don't know, for example, right? You're downloading a 2 GB movie and you're only using 200 Mbps per second, but your
Mhm.
data can take like 500 Mbps. So the other 300 Mbps, Ramatron could, in theory, use as a way. Let's like, that's unused bandwidth. So remember, guys, we're talking wires here. Wires only send X amount of data per second. So this is the measurement. This is how complicated the software is, and this is why they started in 2018, came out with the utility now, completely functioning. If you guys haven't seen, yet again, I'll repeat it. Go check out the video. I literally downloaded the Ramatron software, installed it, and staked it myself. We're going to go to the next slide here. So the minimum requirements, I can
Yep.
speak on this a little, right? So I told you
Mhm.
two cores. Two cores is like unheard of. Like that's such a tiny. Most computers these days, I think, are 8 cores to like 16 cores. So 2 cores, very little. 4 to 8 GB RAM. Even the most standard, even the most minimal computer, I think, comes with standard 8 GB now. 100 GB of SSD, 100 GB. Everything's 1 TB. So that's 1/10 of a terabyte. And OS, Win, Mac OS, and Linux. Plus, they have the cloud. You can make a cloud server and literally install it on the cloud and run a server right from Ubuntu 18, which is on the other side. So this is awesome. I love how easy, how simple. I don't have to go get a minor device and then in the minor device connect it up, hook it up. It's all in one place. You got the wallet out. You have the Ramatron. It all makes sense. All right,
Mhm.
next.
And well, actually, this is the current offer, or we can call it a pre-sale offer, which is $56 for Ramatron Note itself, and it comes with 250 PTX for you to stake. So of
Right.
course, if you would like to have multiple, Ramatron notes, it depends on you, or you want to put it in multiple devices, it's up to you as well. So
So
it's great.
let me break this down, right? So now that you guys are going on L Bank, the easiest
Mhm.
way probably to get PTX is buy it on L Bank, transfer it
Yep.
to your PTX wallet. Once it's in your PTX wallet, stake it on your Ramatron node. I show you in the guide, guys, how to plug in your Ramatron ID into your wallet, stake it, how to activate it. It's all in there. So if you get lost,
Mhm.
follow that through, please.
Mhm.
But 56 bucks, 250, like this is such minimal. Imagine you list on L Bank, it takes off. Now you could be paying even a little bit more to activate, right? Because this is on
Mhm.
20 cents.
Right.
So
Okay.
meaning when let's say, I'm going to say when, not if, when the
Mhm.
PTX goes to $1. So to start the Ramatron, it takes $250.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that would be what, 4x your money right there? I'm thinking
True.
money. I'm thinking profits. What will generate
Yep.
activity for the Ramatron? Let's find out.
Mhm. So
So,
to make it complete, we have ecosystem that builds around this, because PandoProject is not just another crypto. A lot of people look and say, "Oh, this is just another crypto." But most of the cryptocurrency or crypto companies, they create the crypto and hope to moonshoot it.
Yep.
All right. So some will go up, some will fluctuate and all that. But to make it stable, we create a whole environment where there is a utilization of our PTX. So you see, on one side, there's the Rematron nodes that does the job and creates token. Actually, the tokens are created from the Rematrons. And of course, we have another two layer of nodes, but let's touch on Rematron today. So with that token, of course, we have our exchanger, which is the Lbank, but there's another couple more coming on the way.
Okay.
The most important part for us right now is the application, the decentralized application. We call it dApps, and we have five currently getting ready to start. Of course, we're going to start with our first application, which is Pandojo. And Pandojo is a very,
Pandojo. Yes.
yeah.
Dude, I'm so excited for Pandojo because now what I could do is technically I can upload my video to YouTube, I can upload my video to Pandojo. I earn money for uploading video or even people viewing it using that network. So it's like I got two streams of revenue now,
Mhm,
you know?
mhm. Absolutely, absolutely. So I think we'll have
Yeah, I'll go to the next
the
slide.
more
But
detailed slides. Yeah.
real quick, I want to touch on TutorX. TutorX is the learning platform.
Mm-hmm.
Vixo, how would you describe Vixo?
Vixo started as messaging apps, very
Mhm.
secure messaging apps. Then we added features like live shows, then
Mhm.
with NFT ticketing, and then uh, one of the special feature for Vixo is going to be a connection with a VR environment where you can actually like go into a live concert
Oh,
with your
wow.
VR and with your friends together.
Yes.
Yeah. So this
That's
is
gonna be
something a
that's
little.
gonna be interesting. Because everyone's moving to the metaverse. You're getting your foot in the door. And guys, the timelines here. Pandojo's gonna come out end of this month, Q1, right?
Mhm.
Q2 and end of Q2, you're getting Tutor X out. Then Vixo, like it's like you have so much catalyst lined up that as soon as you list on Lbank, and I think there are other exchanges in the pipeline. I know you can't share that with me, but it's
Yeah.
gonna get crazy. This is only a small stepping stone for you guys. You guys are literally going to take off. I can sense it. It makes sense, you know. I don't know what else H&T does other than hey, you can use our Wi-Fi network. You guys took it one step further, and you're like, well, now there's actual applications on this, and you can use it, you know. But one question I do want to hit on because it sounds like Richard wants to know this very well: do I get to
Mhm.
keep my node if I swap computers or move?
Ah,
And then a follow up: if my computer breaks, can I move my purchase node over to a new computer, like a license, so I don't lose it after I sold 1 million? So I'll let you know. I know there's a recovery thing, but go ahead, Edward.
yeah. It's actually a really, really good question because just like what I said earlier, like for me, every 3 years, 4 years, I have to change a computer. So, and you have actually answered it. We actually have a recovery key. And with the recovery key, you just install the Rematron in a new laptop or computer, and you just key the recovery key, voila.
Yeah.
Then
And then the
the Rematron
important
continue.
part about the recovery key is you have to activate the Ramatron node to get the recovery key. If you don't activate the node, you don't get a recovery key because there's nothing to recover. The node's not activated. You have zero, you know? So definitely look into activating it. That's that 250 PTX. Get it into your wallet, move it to the thing. There is a tax when you move from the wallet to the Ramatron node. So account for that. It's not just 250. I think there's a little bit over,
It's
maybe
a
two
1%,
one
1%
percent
fee.
tax. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, 1% fee.
Yes,
Yeah.
we've done it differently. Yes, I've seen this. So this is Pandojo, right? This is the
Mm-hmm.
actual app.
Sure, correct.
So we're gonna
Mobile
get this
version and
out.
the web
Is there
version.
any hints you can give us on the actual date you want to get this out? Have you? I know the
Okay,
dev
you see,
team's already ready.
the interesting part is that right now we're doing a series of beta testing. So, what happened in beta testing is that people say, "Oh, why don't you do that? Why don't you do that?" They have different ideas or say, this looks bad. I would like it to be in this color. That features. So our team will need to decide. Okay, because we plan to launch it end of this month. latest early next month. So depends on how many adjustment work that we need to do based on the feedback.
Okay.
So hopefully, there's not much that we need to change,
Yes.
or we can feature some of the upgrade changes in the upgrades.
Yeah,
You
in
see,
the
like,
next versions and do
yeah,
version
yeah.
version
You
control.
see,
That's awesome.
application you always have upgrades, right? So
Richard does say thank you for answering. Appreciate that, Richard. And Ed, Edward, thanks for answering that as well.
no
Good
So
worries.
question.
Pandojo, is this the video?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I can't share audio on PowerPoint slide. Your PowerPoint is over 50 MB, so I'm not able to share the audio. I don't know how else, but we can quickly go through it here. So live streaming reinvented. Next.
Mhm.
All right. Let's see. What is this slide?
So basically, what we are trying to say is that anybody can join. You can be a professional live streamers. You can be a gamers. You can be a certain content creator. You might be someone who want to sell products, through live streaming. Or I have another example for just normal people like myself. Example, let's say I would like to throw a birthday party for my daughter, and I want to live stream it to someone else in Malaysia. So I can do that. And with
Yeah.
just a button. Yeah.
You know the other cool thing is a lot of people are gonna come look at this and they're gonna think only very biased, right? Like well, in America we have YouTube. We don't need other. This is never gonna work. But you guys have to understand in international countries, YouTube, Google, they get restricted, guys. You don't get full access like you get in America, and they may need another content delivery platform such as Pandojo so they can, have their own version of YouTube. Like this is a very realistic model that can be rolled out, marketed properly, and you get more users on this platform because YouTube's not a thing there. And maybe you're in a country where YouTube is a thing, but there are like most of the countries here, right? John, you're part of the Philippines. You see that niche, right? You see that the Filipino group could use an advantage. The chapter there could use this and leverage from that, right?
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
So the design is so that the professional can come in as well as anybody else. Even
Yeah.
you just have a graduation ceremony you want to share with your family, because as you know nowadays with the pandemic, a lot of things we have to do it through online. So this is also one of the way, and
Yeah.
we created it to make it as easy as possible for anybody to live stream. And then when it comes to the profit part of it, we want to create it so that our content creator keep most of the profits.
Yeah.
And we have later we'll touch on some revenue models and stuff like that, which are the next one, the 12 revenue models, like advertisement, VIP,
Let's see.
gift, and all that. Yeah.
Revenue models, badges, predictions, marketplaces, sponsorships, tournaments, advertisements, VIP status, donations, subscriptions, gifts, merchandise, in-house purchases. Literally, you have everything. Predictions, right? You literally have everything. That's crazy.
Hey Teddy, you know how you got your shirts coming up?
Yeah. Are you telling me I need to list out here and do an in-house purchase? I need
Your
to
merchandise,
upload a design.
Merchandising,
Dude,
yeah.
I keep
Become
going back and
marketplace
forth
for
with
you.
so many designers too. It's like, how do you come up with a logo for your brand? It's like it has to be perfect. And I'm like, this doesn't scream the Ganja Goons gang to me. I need something more. So once I have it, I will definitely look into this.
But bear in mind, it doesn't come all together on the first launch. It will
Right.
gradually added on some of
Right.
the features. Yeah. But
So can you tell us which features are on V1?
definitely like advertisement,
Okay.
and like VIP status. Let me see.
Donations?
Subscriptions, gift. I think we have
Gifts?
4 or 5, to start with.
Okay, cool.
I know we have another team working with some merchants on the merchandising already. So it will come in stages
Awesome.
for each of the apps.
So
So
this is
it has
going
the
live.
open broadcasting software, the OBS, built in.
Built
So
in.
built in with a click of a button, you can live stream.
That's awesome. Oh wow, I didn't even know that. John, you never mentioned this to me. What the heck?
Yes, I did. Well, yeah, I mean, normally for you guys, you would have a third-party application in order for you to go live stream, right? So
Right.
at least with the pandojo, it's already built inside the app, and so all you have to do is just literally push the button, and you can go. Anybody can go live, really.
Dude,
Yeah.
that is crazy because, John, I've been suffering trying to figure out this pocket thing and then use the DJI app to stream to YouTube. And then I'm like,
Yeah, Edward, I
dude,
think
this
he
is
needs to
too
be a beta
complicated.
tester for us, huh?
But of course, for professional like you, if you want to use your own
Professional.
OBS, no, I really mean it literally. So if you have to
Yeah.
use your OBS, by all means. But for people like myself, I just want to touch and go live. Then I can
Right.
just touch that go live button.
Yes.
Mhm.
That is so seamless. I would rather have that than try and figure this mess out. But now I figured it out, so now I feel good. But like, it would have been nice to have a one click, So this is the advertising space you were talking about.
Yeah.
And the special thing about advertising is that you see, like, no offense in that, like when I go to YouTube, I'm forced to look at some of the advertisement, you like it or
Right.
not, and then all I do most of the time is that I see the how many seconds I can click so that I can continue on with my video. But to be honest, the advertiser actually paid for that advertising space at the time.
Right.
So to us, we want to make it that people willingly look at the advertisement because by looking at it, you can earn PTX.
I see.
That is the design.
So you are paying me to watch this ad, basically. That's
Absolutely.
awesome.
The
That's
advertiser is paying you. They are happily,
Yeah.
willingly paying you for that.
If the ads want to run and I watch it and I get PTX back, here's my wallet address. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Everything powered by tokens. So this is
Well, we are trying to just now mention like the PTX, we focus on the utilization. So here, advertiser, you want to advertise on Pandojo, you have to purchase PTX. You want to buy something, sell something, badges, all that, you have to use PTX. We have tournaments, registration, prizes, everything in PTX. You want a donation, you want to send, peer to peer, everything is PTX. So we create the utilization. To me, that's the most important point, because without a utilization, a crypto is just a crypto. But now you can have places that you can use. We are even talking to I have friends that has selling some food stuff back in Malaysia, and they said that oh, can I use your PTX to buy and sell? And then since you already have so many people already in the country, in the network, so can we just jump in? Yes, by all means. So there's a lot of collaboration. We can work together and have more utilization on that.
I also have Richard here asking, do they all work off of the native token? Like they have to buy PTX to donate to us, or
Everything is done by PTX.
everything is done by PTX?
Everything, yeah.
Okay. Let's go
And
here.
one of the feature, of course, if we want to earn PTX, is if you have a Rematron, then you're literally earning PTX.
But even that, right? So now I have Ramatron. Now you have the L Bank listing. I have a way to sell PTX. I have a way to buy PTX with cash because
Yes.
L Bank, you can do that, right? Whether you're sending ETH, selling it, buying PTX, sending it back to this token, the wallet, right? So it makes sense.
We're
You
going to
got
start
the
with,
entire loop now.
Absolutely. We're going to start with USDT. So the first
USDT pairing.
When we first start, it'll be PTX and USDT.
The other important thing, Edward or John, like one thing that most people don't realize is this blockchain isn't ERC20, it isn't BEP20, it's not Matic, right? What is the actual technology? I know it. I just want to hear it from you guys. John?
It's through a Theta protocol.
Theta protocol. So what is that? TNT20, right?
Yeah.
TNT20. It's dynamite. What advantage does being on TNT give you, TNT20 network, versus being on ERC, being on any of the other blockchains?
Well, if you look at Theta has they've already got this concept going, and so with the Panda project, they just kind of taken that to the next level. Because even if you were to pick up a node from Theta, I mean, you're probably going to spend like $3,000, just to have one node. So we've kind of taken that concept. We're utilizing the protocol, and we just put our own ideas into it, and we're implementing it. And so we're just doing it better.
Well, this is the main thing. L-Bank supports TNT20. So now you can sell, with the USDT pairing, you're able to cash out and buy back into PTX as well. So I love it. This question keeps getting asked: Is there a pre-sale? Is there a pre-sale? Is this a pre-sale token? Guys, this is not a pre-sale. There was
Tuesday.
a pre-sale.
Tuesday.
It ended. I tried to get the Ganja Goons gang to know. I'm like, guys, look into this. Yes, you're too late. I'm sorry, but you can buy it on L Bank. Monday, 11 p.m. +8. So yeah, Tuesday it'll be live for everyone here. And you can buy the token. You can make your wallet. You can figure out how to do everything, like activating a Ramatron once you have it, because that's the end utility, right? Or not end utility, one of the many utilities, which is start with the Ramatron node. Then Pandojo comes out, and we're gonna start moving the, what is it called? The trading. We're literally gonna start trading. Seeing the chart.
And besides, you're gonna be gaining, the rewards anyway. So you'll be multiplying your tokens just for having it, having your computer turned on, regardless of price action. Because if you're gonna be doing it long term, it's gonna be going through passive income.
Right.
Do you mind to go back one slide? I want to just tell you about
This one?
multi-angle camera. Just now.
This one? Okay, yep.
Yeah, multi-angle camera, you can have 4 streamers together, or you can have one, let's say right now, one streamer, but you can have 4 different cameras at different angles showing different things. Maybe let's say if you're having a concert, you can have one, of course, showing the stage, one showing the crowd, one showing maybe some entrance, or 4 different.
Wait, so what you're saying is you do an event, you connect all these users to the event, and wherever they stream from, I can go look at that event with multi.
Yeah, and actually
cameras?
you choose where they want to look at.
You choose. So if one guy's closer, I'm gonna go to the closest guy and be like, yeah, till he drops his phone, then I'm screwed.
So we have this a special feature on all our apps.
No, that's awesome. I like that. I like that idea. I haven't seen that implemented anywhere, but it sounds cool. Especially because the way I look at concerts now, I go to Rolling Loud in New York City a lot. Gone like the last 2 years actually. But while going there, it's hard to like get, see it or feel immersed. And then the year they did it virtually, it was on Twitch, right? And I'm watching it on Twitch. I'm like, there's only one camera angle. I'm being forced to watch their host. I'm being forced to watch all this stuff that I don't want to watch. I just want to see the concert. So that'll be interesting when people do go live with the multi-camera. So this is the roadmap. And I know you've already touched on it, Edward. We're near the end. Right?
Yep.
We're in that beta testing phase. You're going to get that feedback. You're going to choose to do those updates in a future release. But we're looking at a release sometime in March, right?
Yeah, we plan to do that. But just in case, there might be, the worst case scenario is early April, but end of March is our target.
Question from the audience. And guys, if you have questions, throw them out. John and Edward have already told me they're okay answering questions as they come in. YouTube is heavily monitored. Will Pandojo be censored?
We actually have an algorithm that is built in for censorship, because, like it or not, there are certain things that you need to monitor.
You need to censor.
But it's not as heavily monitored as YouTube is.
Okay. But one day you're gonna grow like crazy, and then you're gonna have to add more, and you're gonna look into the AI, and the same things YouTube is doing, basically. I can see that. You'll probably want to use SageMaker and then look at images of like, remove this content, put that in a bucket, and then they'll do it. I go crazy into this. I'm sorry. So TutorX.
This comes in the design of the TutorX started before pandemic, you know. And when pandemic was here, then I was like, wow, this is just what we need, that kind of thing. Because like my kids, because of pandemic, they can only go, through Zoom or
Right.
other applications. So what we have in TutorX is that this is designed for all kinds. It can be education, it can be trainings, it can be some cooking lessons, it can be anything. So we want to make it as lively as possible, as interesting as possible. The let's say I'm the tutor. I can divide the classes into multiple classes. I can have examination. I can have, so there's so many features. I mean, I can only say a little bit here, but
Yes, yes.
yeah, the point is that this will change the industry,
Right.
and we already have many other, I should say, even university or some training companies that is really really keen on TutorX, and they are just waiting for this to come out. Yeah.
I can see TutorX being a thing that you license. I think at TutorX, I've already talked to John about this. I'm like, dude, you're telling me about TutorX. Do you know how many tokens out there are trying to look for a platform that does learning? It's like the online version of learning. And now you've integrated crypto into it. And you're like, do you know how many tokens are going to come to you and be like, yo, I want to do this on your platform. Can you integrate this for me? So I can see TutorX's use case even in the future going further than what you have right now, which is just PTX. I can see other tokens 100% integrating into your software and just expanding that as well. So
So
Vixo,
bear in mind,
yes,
all our application is free.
I
But
know,
of course, there are paid version for certain
right,
features. Even TutorX, we already spoken to some of the I'll call it university or institution, and our request is that we need to have free version for people, and
right.
then if people are interested, you can go into the paid version and so on and so forth, so that it can benefit for every users, all kind of users.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
All right, let me see here. So Vixo,
So is the interesting part. As I mentioned, messaging. You're going to have NFT ticketing. You're going to have live shows. You're going to have VR integrated into it. And by the way, we designed it before Metaverse was launched, so that was already in the concept.
oh wow, so you guys were pre-metaverse. You're the original metaverse. You're the original
No,
metaverse.
I don't dare to claim. We don't dare to claim that, but that is the interesting part. That because that was the concept when
Yeah,
when we
VR. When you're
designed it.
in the VR, you wanted to
Yeah,
be able
yeah,
to. Yeah, I understand.
yeah. And
That's crazy.
you have your wallet built in. You can send and receive PTX. Is linked to your Pando wallet itself.
Awesome. Real quick, Donnie O'Neill Jr. asked, "What is the
Mhm.
buy and sell tax?"
Okay, for our, let's say you do a peer-to-peer transfer, you do a staking, all the activities, there's a 1% fee within the blockchain itself. There's a 1%. But when it goes into different exchanger will, of course, exchanger will charge a certain fee. So different exchanger will charge differently. So like
In other
when
words, zero.
Mhm.
Exactly. 1%. Are you kidding me? One
No, one
percent is
percent is
so.
just a transaction
Yeah,
fee,
yeah.
and so unlike most projects that are out there, they're giving you like 10, 15%, even 20% that I'm seeing now as far as taxation. That's
That's
above
crazy.
from what the exchange is going to be taxing you on top of that. So we actually took the reverse approach on it. So.
Guys, you are thinking future, and that's what showcases here. And even for the guys that missed it early on, guys, you can stake PTX and get 10% back every month. That equates to 2.5% a week in returns on the PTX you hold. That is crazy numbers, guys. Like, we have use case, we have utility, we have the L Bank listing coming out. Like, this could pipe off, this could blow up like anything. And I can see long term, like, you're not thinking now, Edward. You're the whole PandoSoft, the way that your partners are working. You are thinking long term, future. To create something that lasts. That's awesome.
Yep.
All right,
Thank
let
you
me
so
go
much.
to the next one.
So basically, show
Yeah.
us and PandoGo is just a simple explanation. Show us is like a video resume. You see, nowadays, if you want to send a resume, you have to type up maybe 5 pages, 10 pages, talk about yourself, your experience, and so on, and send to someone. And the recruiter will have to spend time looking into each and every one. And a resume doesn't tell who you are. But what we are going to do with show us is that is a video resume where you can record, example, like 1 minute of what you want to say about yourself, or if you have certain talent, let's say you're a magician, you want to show some small
Yeah.
magic trick,
Yeah.
and the background will have, of course, a lot of information about yourself and all that. So this is for those who is looking for a job or or collaboration, looking for customer. But on the other hand, let's say if you are the person looking for certain talent, it's
Mm-hmm.
not boring anymore. You just scroll through video after video after video and say, oh, this is nice, I want this. Or let's say again, I like parties, so I have, let's say, a party for my daughter's birthday, and I want to have hire a clown.
Yeah.
So just search for it, and I scroll through this. Yes, I like this. So I just click and get connected. So that is the special part about showers that we're going to create.
That's
Actually, so
interesting because most people think resumes and they think resumes, especially in like for my field, it's on paper. But some
Mhm.
fields, you are a talent performer. How do you showcase that on a resume? You put it on Show Us, and then boom, you're giving a place for um,
Mhm.
talent creators. Really, that's going to be interesting.
So it
And
can
this
be
is
all
what's the
kinds.
roadmap on Show Us and Pandogo
Show us is next year.
next year?
Next year.
Okay.
So these two are going to be in next year.
Okay.
So
And what
and then
Pandogo online cinematic experience?
well, Pandogo is the heavy focus of what we are doing is on local talents. When we
Mhm.
say local talents, to be honest, if you look around every country, there are really really interesting short movies here, short clips here, all kind of contents, but they do not get out of the country. So there's a lot of talents that because of certain big platform that they have limitation, or they have rules and regulation, or they have the contract specify XYZ, so they cannot go beyond that. So what we are trying to do is that we have almost like something like Netflix, but is for local talents,
Yeah,
and to let them get connected with more local viewers, as well as those the good one will can go international.
right.
So we're going to link that up. So
No, that's going to be
also,
interesting because
mhm,
now you're bringing local. You're like the Craigslist, but for local and cinema. I don't know, Edward. Do you know what Craigslist is? It's such an American thing. I'm sorry.
mhm.
Yeah, it's what? How would you describe Craigslist, John? I don't even know.
Let's not go there.
It's local, all right. It's local. I can click.
Okay.
I can click locally. That's what matters.
Yeah, that's
Would you
true.
like to earn passively from all
Yeah,
the
so
streaming?
we've talked a lot about streaming, right? So let's talk about the money. And
Yeah, John, maybe you want to take over from here?
sure, yeah,
Yeah.
pleasure. Yeah, so basically, the first thing that you need to do is just download the application. It's free. You just go on our website, pandoproject.org, and then just download. And then second, you create your Panda wallet and you activate your Ramatron through staking. And there's a couple of ways on how you can actually earn just as a Ramatron holder. And first is through staking. I think we talked a little bit about that. And the PTX is it's 250 PTX to activate, and for you to generate weekly rewards of 2.5% every week, so 2.5 times 4, which is the 10% per month. You would have to have a simulated score of 100%, which is basically 40 hours in the network. And so basically, give you an example. There's actually a visual on that. If you can,
In the next one.
yeah, the next one after that. Yeah, the one prior to. Yeah,
Yep.
perfect. So just simple math, right? So let's, one Ramatron. $56. 250 PTX. You get on the network for 40 hours in 1 week cycle, and you at the end of the week you're gonna generate 2.5% on the 250 PTX, which is basically 6.25 PTX. So now you can cash that and turn it into fiat, or you can just go to the exchange and convert that to another crypto, however what suits you, what you want to do with it. So that's where we come up with simple stake, right? You get the reward and then you can take it. But for the smarter investors, the ones that are actually looking above and beyond, that wants to make their money work for them, so we have compound stake. So you can take that 6.25 PTX, instead of cashing it, you can put it back in the pool. So instead of starting the second week with 250, you now have 256.25. You go up in the network for another 40 hours, and at the end of the week, you're going to earn 2.5% on 256.25. And so if you do that cycle every single week for the whole entire year, and hypothetically speaking, right, that the price action doesn't move from 20 cents. We're very conservative at 20 cents, no movement for 1 year. That would basically yield you 100% return on your initial investment for 1 year. So,
and that's crazy thinking, John. Having price action that doesn't move and we're consistently 20 cents, like it's either going to go up like crazy, and you're now making even more, or if it does dip a little, you buy the dip.
Absolutely. But I mean, let's take it to another level, right? And if you were doing that every single week, at no movement from 20 cents, that could easily yield you, that's almost nearly, if you do the math, that's almost nearly 300% APY. And but what if the price jumps up to 50 cents or $1? So it truly is a great opportunity, and that's just for freaking turning on your laptop, right? Just for being a node, and but it gets better than that, right? So that's the first way. That's through staking.
Yep.
And of course, you got to have the proof of network, and the proof of network will basically validate that you've been on the platform for 40 hours. But the following one is where it gets really, really interesting. Proof of engagement. And basically what that is when your Ramatron node actually delivers work. So kind of like how Uber, if you're an Uber driver, you turn on the app, if you want to make money, boom. But with this, right, if you were engaging in work, if your next door neighbor, for example, was watching a movie and it was your Ramatron node that is the closest one that's actually delivering the stream to your neighbor, you're going to get paid for delivering that stream. And you're going to get paid at the rate of 0.1875 PTX per 60 seconds. So how do we translate that in numbers? So if, again, right, conservatively speaking, 20 cents, if your neighbor was watching 5 hours per day, that's going to yield you, 33.75 USD just for delivering that movie to your neighbor. But if it was valued at $1, that's going to yield you 168 just for that 5-hour movie. Think about that. And
that's a lot.
And if they're watching Game of Thrones like the whole entire season, right, then they just kind of binge on that for like however how many days straight. So let's just say 24 hours per day at 20 cents pricing on PTX. That's going to give you $162, for that day, just for turning on your laptop and delivering that movie. And by the way, this income goes on top above of what you're already earning on your weekly stake. And so it's
so
truly an exciting
proof of engagement you earn, proof of network you're earning, proof of stake you're earning. You're literally got 3 paths of earning in the Ramatron, guys. Like, this is crazy.
Right.
Also, I got a question in the chat here. Is Pandojo available on Apple App Store right now? The answer:
not right now.
Not right now. It's coming. It's coming.
So we're beta testing the Play Store with Samsung right now. Yep. And then the next stage would be the iOS platform.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then he had a follow-up question, and I can't buy on any DEX, correct?
No.
Starting
right now, the way you would do it is you'd go to LBank when it goes live, You would buy PTX, transfer it to your wallet, and then once PTX is in your wallet, you activate your Ramatron node. Make sure you download the Ramatron, or you're just holding in your wallet if that's what you want to do, or you're holding on L Bank and you just believe in the project. It's all up to you guys what you do with your PTX.
Right.
All right. The blockchain.
Yeah. So this is just talking about the blockchain itself. So why we are placing the whole project on a blockchain for all this reason.
Okay. Pando updates. The exchanger. The PTX will be less than on L Bank. Okay. What does an exchanger do? What does an exchanger do?
It's for us, in the US we can just call it exchange, right? So
Okay.
they call it
exchanger.
Exchanger, yeah.
See, guys, this is why I believe even more, because we are so Americanized. We are so like this is the only way. This is how you do things. There are other things out there. If you go outside, you travel outside of America, there are off-brand things that are probably better than the manufactured stuff we have, So this is why I even believe more. Like, this is crazy. I did not know it was called exchanger in other countries, but it now makes sense because what I don't know. What are you gonna call this? LB sync. So okay, you're talking about the process here, John.
Oh yeah, it's gonna go live on L Bank, so just keep an eye on it. And it's literally any day. So for those of you guys that are excited about this, definitely take advantage of the opportunity and become a Ramatron node and start streaming and help us improve the quality of stream, because we're our whole plan is to eliminate the lagging issues worldwide, right? And in order for us to accomplish that, we're going to need as many nodes out there as possible. And our goal is to hit that 1 million cap. And so once we have accomplished that, then we can generate more, decentralized applications and have more utility down the line. And we've already got a ton in the pipeline, but of course, in order for us to deliver the quality that we anticipate, of course, we're going to have the Ramatron nodes. And that's why the incentives of becoming a node holder is so, I believe it's so awesome, because even for me, coming from the real estate background, right? I develop and I flip houses, and the way I look at this is it's digital real estate, because it's more of a question of how many of these nodes would you like to have. Yeah, granted that you can buy 1,000 Ramatron nodes and stake them all in one, but think about this concept. What if you had the opportunity, if you had if you got 5 computers at your house, divide it into 5 nodes. So instead of just having it staked in one, for example, you can actually have the opportunity to earn and engage on the proof of engagement for each computer, right? Or how about this idea? How about, staging one of your laptops on one of those high traffic areas, for example. And so for me, I look at it as real estate, because I can just plant one of my laptops in downtown Seattle, which is where I'm from, and just leave it there. You could tap into a Wi-Fi in Starbucks or something, and earn on top of latching onto their Wi-Fi. Because you don't necessarily have to be on the private side, and it's just something to consider. There's so many ways on how you can structure your own strategy as far as building your passive income, but that's just one way, and there's no wrong approach really. It's just whatever suits you. So.
Yeah, no matter which ecosystem you touch in PTX, in the Pando project, you're making PTX, it seems like. So someone did ask a question, Freezer Kabede, is the L Bank launch 8 a.m. Eastern time?
Don't you, what was that? I sent it to you. I turned off my phone because it kept on ringing.
Oh, that was you. I was like, is this my phone? You know how many times I was staring at my phone? I'm like, dude, I swear I turned this off.
Yeah,
I
understand the UTC time is quite confusing. So when a lot of people ask me what is exact time, so I said instead of on the 14 UTC time XYZ, I said okay, let's start on the 15. That's what I tell my friends.
Sorry, this UTC.
No, but about that, where these guys, the way how things work over here in the US is we literally watch it to the launch
The
second.
second.
Because they're all
Wow.
anticipating, they're all waiting, and the moment it launches, they all buy in. That's how we do it over here, and so
Awesome.
that's what they're asking for the specific time.
The exact time they're gonna buy in, and then
Right.
and it's gonna pump, and then the people will take profits, and then they'll consolidate, and we'll run on that
So
consolidation.
maybe you can go back a few slides. I think that the exact
Sure.
timing is there.
Is it?
One more. Yes.
No.
Was it this one? No.
No.
That might be on another of our.
I know I've seen it.
Is
I
your phone
tweeted
on?
it.
I
It's on
texted
my
to you.
Twitter.
I texted to you.
I know you did. Let me check. Let me
Yeah.
check.
You can always look at L Bank's site because they already have it listed. They're doing some marketing for us, and so you can just look into L Banks and.
Bear in mind, look at PTX.
March 14th, UTC plus 8, 2000. So it's 2000 UTC to EST. 2000. Sorry, guys. 1 second. UTC to EST. That is 4 p.m. Monday. That is 4 p.m. Eastern Monday.
So it's
2000 is 8 p.m. It's tomorrow. It's tomorrow at 4 p.m. So right when you're getting off of work, start looking at your L Bank. Guys, we're going to have PTX list there.
Mm-hmm.
And they have an entire thing. They have have an article as well. So I retweeted the tweet, guys. Definitely check it out. It's legit.
Just bear in mind, it's called PTX bracket Pando token.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because nowadays you can.
So many scams out there.
Yeah.
Whenever you announce something else with similar name, or it happens to us 3 times actually.
Don't forget the plus, though.
Yeah, and then afterwards we're gonna get listed on CoinMarketCap.
CoinMarketCap, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Pando Explorer.
So we
Go ahead.
have our own Explorer. So with different features, you can look into the whole thing. You can look into every transaction. You can look into the wallets. But of course, when we talk about blockchain, everything, when we say is transparent, yet there's a privacy in the sense that everybody exists as the hash rather than my name on it. So you do not know who is who unless you know what is the hash. And all the transaction, of course, you can see the hash. One
thing that was ever here in the US, we all know who the wallet belongs to.
People like I
names
100%.
on
They're
those
gonna know my wallet. They're gonna know my wallet. I'm sorry.
Whoa.
We are completely decentralized in the US. They will chase them down, and be like, "This wallet belongs to for Terra, Dr. Praveen. You guys know him, right? All 108 wallets belong to Dr. Praveen."
And then they want to find out what they bought after they sold.
So that way they follow the money. So they're like, okay, next he bought this, so I'm gonna go buy that. Apollo Inu took off like that.
Yeah.
It's crazy here. The mindset with American investors versus global investors, it's a hard thing to understand. That's why when I go to Dubai, Edward, it's gonna be quite interesting to see if people in Dubai just throw money. Right, that's how we feel, right? Oh, once we get to Dubai, it's the end all be all. We're just gonna throw money into all these crypto projects. It's Dubai; they got all the money, but I don't know, And I know you guys are main office is Singapore. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, our HQ is from Singapore.
Singapore is having a crypto expo. Are you guys gonna go to that one?
We're gonna plan on it.
Awesome. I believe it's the same organizers, right?
Is it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But Ramatron node. I'm sorry, I deviate. I have ADHD. Ramatron node.
Hey, just one thing to point out though on the Blockchain Explorer.
Yeah.
I don't think there's too many explorers out there that has the option of multilingual.
This is multilingual.
Yeah. So there's an option there. This was a recent upgrade too. So if there's a drop down there that kind of get to choose your language. Whether if it's in Thailand, Chinese, Indian. So
awesome.
Yeah, just a little feature there.
The same with Ramatron as well. We also have a multilingual options.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Of course,
even your website was multilingual, right, John?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
But
you
as
guys have
time
it
go, we
everywhere.
have more and more different languages options.
I can see it coming. I already know it's gonna come.
Yeah.
Ramatron
Yeah, so
node.
this is the Ramatron software. If you can click back one, Teddy,
Yep.
please.
Yep.
So this is basically what it looks like when you download it. You got your little dashboard on the left side of the column, and so every week when you receive your rewards, you just click withdraw, and then as soon as you withdraw, it reflects back to your wallet, and then from your wallet, you'll choose whether if you want to send it or restake it or whatever you want to do with it from there. So that's how it's going to work out every single week. And the time duration between from the withdrawal to hitting your wallet is right now it's our goal is to have it within 1 day, but currently it's between 2 to 3 days. Just to let you guys know. And the reason for that is they're sending them out in blocks instead of just having one major transaction. So that kind of helps negate potential hacking attacks. So just to throw that out there.
Also, this is the screen for the recovery key. So you would copy this recovery key, you would store it as a backup. If anything happens to that computer, you have your recovery key, so you can connect right back to your Ramatron node. Proof of network. So, John?
Proof of network. Basically, if you're on a network, you're gonna get the green heart, and in the middle of the page, the percentage. That's basically the percentage of the time that you are in the network for you to hit your 100% score, which is basically the 40 hours. It's pretty simple enough, and So if your computer, you may want to just change your computer setting because a lot of computers, they're all preset to sleep after a certain amount of time, and so some people are thinking like, hey, why isn't my Ramatron app reflecting the percentage that's been on the network? It's probably because it was sleeping. And then you can always click refresh just to kind of see where it's truly at.
Yeah. Pando wallet.
Whatever.
So basically, the wallet is for you to access big decision like you want to restake or you want to keep it or you want to send peer to peer or receiving. No, let's say it's my birthday today. Let's say John is sending me 100 PTX, then I can
Yeah. Wait. So when they transfer to L Bank and back, they need to change their network to the TNT21, right? Or does it
Now,
automatically do that?
when you register in L Bank, you will have a L Bank wallet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you can actually send from Pando wallet to L Bank wallet, so that you
Okay.
can do the exchange.
Okay. I
Yeah.
will try and I will have to check that out. I've
Actually,
never used L Bank before. You guys are going to be the first one I use L Bank for. You say something, Edward?
uh, so well, basically, but right now the restaking we have is 25%, which is 10% of the 250. So it's 25 PTX.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is all the security features. Let's say, okay, when you registered, of course you have your password, but in the worst case scenario, you forget the password, you have the private key and the numeric phrase. All right. So first of all, we normally use the key store together with the password to access. Like what I'm doing now, every day I just access it. My key
Right.
store, your key store can be stored in your phone or in
Right.
your computer. All right. But please save another copy somewhere else.
Yes.
Then at the worst case scenario, if you lost both, then there's a private key for you to key in the option, and you can use a temporary password so that you can go in and reset your key store and password, or you can use a numeric phrase. So these are the features that to help users in case they forget their password or lost their key store or some you know along the way.
Yeah, and it's always important to take backups upon backups. So I've done this. I store my key store in multiple devices. Password I write down manually, and keep it in my safe, really. Private key, same thing, right? Or even mnemonic phrase, whichever one. Just keep it, hand write it down, put it in a safe place. Fireproof safes, definitely a big fan of those. Look into it, guys, because computers can get hacked, but
Mm-hmm.
you have other measures to keep backups of your wallet as well.
Mm-hmm.
Ramatron node pricing $56, so we know this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
PandoSoft offices across the world. We are global, guys. We are global. This is
Mm-hmm.
awesome.
Of course, our HQ, is in Singapore, followed by operation office, developer office, and our country partners, and so on and so forth. And this is going to increase every month because we started with like three or four, and then become like 18
Yeah.
within a few months time. So we expect this to increase much more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I can see you guys just going from country to country, taking over, getting to that million Ramatron nodes. And if you're a Ramatron node early in that million, you can't kick me off, right? I'm part of your million
Mhm.
network.
Yeah,
Okay. So what
yeah.
happens once you hit the cap of a million? Are you going to expand? Are you going to increase that number, or what do you think?
We are fixed at 1 million right now. Then, of course, as the system, blockchains, crypto world, there's changes all the time. So
Right.
we're going to fix at 1 million, and when we reach that, let's see what next.
Okay.
But our infrastructure is designed in a way that it will last for a while.
Awesome. I like
Yeah.
it. I like it.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
think we're at the end. Q&A. I don't see any other questions in the chat. If it is now, guys, you guys, this is the final time. We actually have Edward. We have John from the Pando Project. Where else are you gonna find time to directly ask them questions? This is the only time. We'll give it a minute, and then
And
we're
make sure you hit
gonna.
that like button, guys.
Mhm.
Thank you, John. I usually don't ask for likes on AMAs. It feels improper. It's like, yeah, guys, hit the like button every 5 seconds. Do we know what the launch price is from Radio Run?
Okay.
20 cents.
Yeah, 20
Yeah.
cents. Correct.
So it's going to start. Listen on L Bank, 4 p.m. Eastern. Check it out tomorrow on L Bank. Everyone can't wait. Yeah, this is a great project, guys. I really am so happy that John, you reached out to me. You're like, Teddy, you're a tech guy. You can understand this. And then I ingested it. It took me a bit, but like once I ingested it, I'm like, I now understand what you guys are trying to do, and I feel like this could work because H&T, there's no utility. You guys have a utility plus more, and it's simple, and that's what I love about it. So I see no more questions coming in, guys. I am gonna end this. And wait, I would like to know when I receive. Oh, Chrissy just got in there, nick of time. I would like to know when I will receive PTX after payment. I paid today and sent my receipts to them. So, John.
As far as the on Tuesday, on Monday.
I guess so. I will follow up with you, Chrissy, and I will give or Chrissy DM either me or John. That's probably easier, right, John? He can DM you and you can
Sure.
follow up. Okay.
Absolutely.
Mhm. Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And just to add a little bit, we only touch the tip of the iceberg, guys, because being, I mean, um, because part of my job is to coordinate with 18 other country partners. And the best part is that we have a lot of amazing idea, a lot of great partners like John, and there's a lot of things that there's a lot of requests coming in. Can we have that on your platform? Can we have the apps to on your blockchain? And the answer is yes. In fact, we're going to have more and more and more applications, dApps, other things that we're going to add in. It's just that I'm not, because of the NDA and stuff, I can't say everything now.
Right.
But there are many other activities that's going to add on the project itself. In fact, we are launching our CSR initiative, corporate social responsibility, where
Okay.
they are, in a way, some are called investor or philanthropists. They actually donate it in PTX or in Rematron, and the money generated from there goes to a certain projects. We already have
Oh, okay.
4 or 5 projects in hand. I think very soon you're going to see the CSR part on our website as well. And one
Are
of the
you
projects,
giving us a leak right now? You already are working with
well, I
four.
can tell you
Oh my
one.
God,
I can tell
this
you
is
one. Like
crazy.
this is just a simple one because I'm in Cambodia right now.
Yes.
So one of our community member was approached by, in fact, he's an American pastor, a Korean guy. I mean, he actually lives in Cambodia for 10 years and he built a school here for the Cambodian poor people. So they are getting donations from US and Korea, but it's not enough to sustain the school. So one of the project that we are doing is that we have enough Rematron and then we will actually fund the school for 3 years. You see,
Mm-hmm.
because what we are doing here is sustainable. Imagine if you're doing a CSR project or charity and you just give, example, 5,000 US dollars. Maybe they'll finish it in 2 months, 3 months. But
Mm-hmm.
if we have a project like what we're having now, and every month we are generating the income every month and more and more
Yeah.
and more and more. So it
Yeah.
becomes sustainable. So this is also part of the CSR that we are doing. There are ocean plastic recycling that we are working with. There are animal shelters. There are old folks home. There are indigenous people getting displaced because of certain development, and we are helping them on medical and housing. And there are a lot, because a lot of people give us ideas and say we need this help, we need this help, and then our team will look into it.
Right.
And our partners, we have partners that specialize for the CSR part. So there's so much things we can do together actually.
I
If you
cannot
have
wait for the
games,
sustainability because you're going to have that ecosystem. It's going to constantly feed itself. Really, that's what I hear. I understand what
Mhm.
you're saying, and I'm just like, this is going to be mind blowing. Once this all like, I'm not even thinking now. I'm thinking future, just like you, Edward. And I understand this vision. It is crazy. You would be crazy not to at least get a Ramatron node. And that's why I'm like, I want a Ramatron node. I figured out everything I needed to do it. I'm like, I need to tell the Ganja Goons about this, and I appreciate it still. Like, John, you have no idea. Like, you approaching me, be like, Teddy, let's talk. It's like, okay. And then you're like, look at this project. Then I look at it. Then I'm like, okay, John, what is your relationship with this project? That's before I even knew your background. You're like, well, let's talk about this. Jump on this Zoom call. Um, Wait, there's something from Freezer Kabede here. I DM'd the Pando Project on their Twitter account regarding market in Africa. Would John or Edward can see it, please? Thanks.
Mhm.
Sure.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you so much. We'll look
All
into
right,
that.
guys. I think we're gonna wrap it up. John, you're good. Edward, you're good.
We're all
Awesome.
good.
We're all good, guys. Appreciate you guys joining us. Pando Project AMA yet again. And hopefully you go check them out and buy them on L Bank tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern.
Mhm.
And we'll end.